So good day everyone. My name is Dexter D. Mahinay and I'm reporting for Module 12, which is Post-War Attempts at Integration for Mindanao and Sulu by Geoffrey G. Salgado, Giovanni A. Caballero, and Pailis Marie S. Tenko. History Department, CAS, MSU IIT. So we have our objectives. Objectives 1. At the end of the module, the students should be able to answer the following questions. We have number 1. What was the Alonto Report and how did it lead to the integration programs of Philippine government in the post-war period? Number 2. What is the role of Mindanao State University in the National Integration Program? And we have objectives number 3. What is the Commission on National Integration and what became of it after more than a decade of existence? We have objective number 4. What was the Mindanao Development Authority or MDA and what became BF it after several years of existence? So we have introductory activity. The Japanese occupation left a positive mood for Muslim and Christians in the Mindanao region. Many were simply inspired by the extraordinary experience of fighting a common invader. In fact, the post-war government was so pleased with more participation in the resistance of movement that it started appointing Muslim guerrilla leaders to government positions after the liberation. Moro leaders were also inspired to run for both houses of Congress in the 1946 national elections under the sponsorship of the Nacionalista and Liberal parties. So, ang ito pala yung introductory po natin is yung Japanese occupation pala is malaki talaga yung naibigay na positibong epekto sa ating mga mamamayang Muslim at Kristiyano. Dahil dito, nagkakaroon sila ng mga konting kaalaman o mga mayroon silang kaalaman kung paano maging ah, independent sa kanilang nasasakupan, kung paano ipagtanggol ang kanilang nayon laban sa mga mananakop. So dito nagkaroon din ng pagiging ah, leader sa kagaya namang ng pagiging leader sa Congress na kung saan sinuportahan ng ating mga grupo na galing sa nasyonalista at liberal parties. So, the active participation of Moro leaders in the national and provincial levels of government was interpreted by many in the government as indication that Moros have no problem becoming Filipinos. So, nakikita nila dito sa ating mga leaders from provincial to national na ang Moro is kung magiging Filipino yung mga Moros is walang problema. So, malaki yung positibo talaga ng pag-epekto ng Japanese occupation sa ating mga kaibigang Muslim at kaibigang Kristiyano. So, this assumption would be put to test when the Kamlons uprising broke out in 1951. So, ito is si Kamlon, ito siya yung isang Muslim din na medyo tumiwalag siya or mayroon ding pag-aaklas nag-aaklas siya. So, malalaman natin yan doon sa kasunod. So, as government response, a Senate committee was created to investigate the cause and circumstances of the Kamlon's rebellion. This committee, which was composed of more senators, namely Senator Dermocao Alonto at Lanao, Congressman Luminog Mahilen of Cotabato, and Congressman Obra Abel Bangsa of Sulu, would accomplish to submit a very influential report that would be properly become known as Alonto Report. So, ito pala yung dahil sa pag-aaklas ni Kamlon is nag-lead to para bumuo ng committee na kung saan ang mamumuno nito ay yung mga leaders ng ah, iba't ibang lugar dito sa Mindanao, kagaya lamang ni Senator Dumacao ng Alonto ng Lanao, Congressman Luminog Mayelen ng Cotabato, at Congressman Obra Amilbangsa of Cebu. So sila yung sila yung mga leaders na inatasang mangimbestiga, magsusi, ano talaga yung pakay ni Kamlon, bakit siya nagrebelde. So dahil sa kanilang tatlo na mga leaders is nakagawa sila ng report, at ito ay tinatawag na Alonto Report. So, dito, what was Alonto Report and how did it lead to the integration programs of Philippine government in post-war period? The Alonto Report refers to the documents submitted by a special investigation committee which was created by the House Committee on National Minorities to investigate the Kamlons uprising. Among others, the report stated that the post-independence moral problems had been a question of inculcating into Muslim minds that they are Filipinos and this government is their own and that they are part of GT. As principal recommendation, the Alonto Committee called for integration of Muslim Filipino in the Philippine body politic in order to effect in a more and complete measure their social, moral, and political advancement. So, itong Alonto report is nare-refer o nalalaman ng ating mga leaders, yung mga tatlong nag-imbestiga saan ang tukoy talaga ang punot dulo ng Kamlon's Rebellion is yung hindi talaga siya magpapasakop, o doon si Kamlon is gusto niyang erase yung kung ano yung Muslim Filipinos, kung saan kaya ng mga Muslim na mamuno sa kanilang nasukupan, nila kaya yung panili nila, gusto yung mga tinuturo ng mga Japanese occupation nung kaya nagkakaroon ng mga pagiging hindi pagkakaunawaan. The Alonto Report was so influential that it's modified the thinking of the members of Philippine Congress from the 1950s until the Mindanao Crisis in 1971. It prodded the Congress to pass legislation to create agencies that would effect the integration of the Muslims and develop the Mindanao region. Foremost of these agencies were Mindanao Stars University 1955, the Commission on National Integration 1957, and the Mindanao Development Authority. Ito yung mga agencies o university na naglalayong bigyang kaalaman o bigyang linaw yung mga pangyayari dito sa Mindanao, kagaya lamang ng mga kaguluhan, at sila din yung mga agencies o university na nagbibigay diin upang mapanatili yung kapayapaan, respeto sa bawat kultura at paniniwala, at especially yung kaugalian ng bawat tribo dito sa Mindanao. At dito lang po nagtatapos ang aking report.